This is Fremontodendron californicum, and that's common flannel bush. So very striking. This is blooming in late April in 2013. We've had a very warm spring, so this may bloom usually in later towards May, but tends to have a 1 to 2 month long bloom cycle in late spring, let's call it. And the shrub, when it's not in bloom, is not much to talk about. These are very tall and irregular, and it can be 15 to 20 feet tall by 10 to 20 feet wide, depending on the variety. And there are a number of different varieties that have been hybridized, like California Glory, Dara's Gold, Ken Taylor, and so forth. But you're getting a good look here of the flowers and really what makes them worth using. Now look at the orange and the yellow there. Some of those are flowers that are on their way opening up, and some are wide open, the more yellow. Also look at the three-lobed leaves. They get small kind of orange colored hairs on there that are a skin irritant, and that's part of why the deer leave these alone and allow them to grow in the wild. They're kind of native to California and Arizona and Baja, Mexico. So some pretty rough conditions. When I took native plants in San Luis Obispo, these were growing on the side of very rocky hills and just in full bloom in the spring like this. So you need a lot of space if you're going to use this, and know that it's really about a 1 to 2 month show, and beyond that it's not the most interesting looking plant in the garden. So you really need the right spot, and I don't usually highlight plants this large, but like in this botanical garden, the ones you're looking at are in the San Francisco Botanical Gardens, by the way. So they need good drainage. They're very fast growing. They're very drought tolerant. They don't want any water. Once they're established, you're likely to give them crown rot and kill them if you do water them once they get going. And they're just highly adapted in terms of what they can handle, and so garden conditions is not what they adapted to, obviously. Let's see, low water, hardiness. Well, they tend to be hardy down to around 20 degrees Fahrenheit or so, and again that varies based on the variety, but generally Californicum, that's the temperature range you can count on. And I think that's what I can tell you about Fremontodendron californicum, flannel bush. Stunning flowers up close. You need some room for this one, and make sure you have good drainage. And then if you leave it in a place where it's a little further away from people, then that way when it's in the background you're not really bothered by it and its irregularity, but then when it shows up it's quite the show. Enjoy.